It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The e-commerce minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode of the e-commerce minute is brought to you by Send Pro Online by Pitney Bowes. Send Pro Online is online software that helps you save time and money no matter what you send: letters, packages, overnights, or flats. And you'll always pay the right amount. Don't forget, folks, that postal rates are going up on January 27th, but by using SendPro, you'll get discounts of up to 40% off USPS priority mail shipping and 5 cents off every letter you send. SendPro is easy to use, and you can use your own printer to print labels and stamps. And it only costs $14.99 a month. And e-commerce minute listeners can get a free 30-day trial when you visit pb.com/minute. It's e-commerce minute episode 378.
In today's episode, Facebook wants you to buy and watch HBO on Facebook.
There are 26 million Amazon Prime Video users in more than 200 countries. The company is spending more than $5 billion a year on content, and the service alone brings in more than $2 billion in subscription revenue. In addition to movies and TV shows, it's positioning itself as an alternative to cable with a mix of on-demand and live programming, including the recently added NBA League Pass. It's no wonder that Facebook wants a piece of that pie. The social media giant is in talks with HBO, Showtime, and Starz about adding streaming video. Facebook would offer subscriptions to these channels, which users would watch within the Facebook platform. It would be a big leap for Facebook. In the past, it's relied primarily on user-generated content, and it's amassed a significant audience by doing that. 8 billion average daily views and 3 billion hours of video watched monthly. Facebook has made billions selling advertising up against that watch time, but adding streaming channels gets them into the subscription business. Facebook has had limited success in convincing media companies to create content for them. It's also tried to make some big plays in this area, like unsuccessfully bidding $600 million to stream Indian cricket matches. If the deal comes together, Facebook would likely buy access to HBO and the other streaming channels and recoup its investment by keeping some of the subscription costs. That is similar to how competitors such as Amazon and Apple do it, keeping between 15 and 30% of the subscription revenue. Stay tuned to see if Facebook becomes the new platform for must-see TV. That's a dated reference, but still it works.
I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if that's the right move. I think I don't know if Facebook is going to become the big video thing because people are leaving Facebook.
People are leaving Facebook. That's a good point that I hadn't even touched on in some of my notes here. I think the problem with Facebook, and I see people use Facebook, and I'm a Facebook mobile user. Like, I pull that thing out, I'm looking at videos, but I don't see myself hunkering down to watch Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. Facebook is like short bites of content for me. I'll give you for instance, I went somewhere to pick up some food, and I'm standing there kind of waiting, and there's a guy next to me, and it was a bar. So he's at the bar, and he's having a beer, and I'm kind of standing there waiting for my food, and I watched this guy playing with his phone. He had full volume, and he was just watching the feed of videos on his phone. And as it auto plays, and you could tell the music, it was like tutorials. It was like almost like Tasty, where it's like that happy, jingly music. Yeah. And then the next one comes on. He lets it play. And he just sat there with his look on his face, like he was just so happy just consuming this content. And it was just the next video, until like 3 people looked over and were like, buddy, can you like turn the volume down? Like, you know. But
put some headphones on. What?
But that stupid anecdote. Yeah, he had full volume, and it wasn't saying anything. It was just like instructional, like happy music, happy stock music. But that anecdote proves that that's how most people consume content on Facebook. Now, I guess I'm not in that demographic because they are releasing shows, and the shows are getting traction, and actually some of the shows are highly rated. Could I name them? No, I have them in the notes here, but I still don't know what they are. There's a show called 5 Points, Secret Lies, Who the Boss, and Sorry for Your Loss. Sorry for Your Loss got an impressive 96 score on Rotten Tomatoes, starring Elizabeth. I think that's one. Anyway, if there's not a Rotten Potatoes, I'm going to start one. Elizabeth Olsen. So it's apparently like a really good drama. I've never heard of any of these. So maybe we're looking at this wrong. The problem, again, though, you said people are leaving Facebook. And I think Facebook, the point I was trying to get to is there's just so much noise. There's so much noise on there. And I know the average user gets on there. They look at what they want to look at. They get angry, or they get upset, or they get sad, or they post not doing well. And then they click away and wait for the likes. I don't know. I think Facebook's just trying to be too many different things.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I'm not sure they're gonna. I mean, they kind of had to get into video, but to compete with YouTube. But I don't. That's a bigger. Like, why? Why?
Yeah, no, they're not going to compete against YouTube.
I mean, they're trying to, right?
They're trying to, but the problem with Facebook is all ripped off videos from other people.
Yep.
All the stuff that you like to watch on Facebook is just ripped stuff that they ripped from somebody else, that they either ripped from Twitter or they ripped from YouTube and posted it as their own. And that's kind of, I mean, it's a problem, but it creates just too much noise. But if you want to look at other things that they've done with video, here's a great example. So I'm a big baseball fan. I watch a lot of baseball in the spring and the summer. And unfortunately, my Philadelphia Phillies, they were part of this experiment to broadcast a few games on Facebook. And every time those games came on, it was just a terrible, terrible experience. And it was so bad that even if you like go out somewhere to watch the game, so if I'm at a restaurant and I want to watch the game, they would have to literally load the Facebook thing onto their TV somehow. And it was just a really terrible execution. The announcers were terrible. The syncing was off. I think that kind of stuff has got a long way to go. And I understand they're probably going to be doing stuff with other sports teams. That kind of stuff, I think, has got a long way to go. But the money is in the subscriptions. If you look at what Amazon is doing, like for instance, Amazon just makes it easy for you to get your subscription, and then you can just go off and watch it wherever you're going to watch it, whatever, on your Roku or on your Apple TV or on your Fire Stick.
Yep. So does Netflix, so does Hulu. I mean, I think those guys are.
Amazon now accounts for over 50% of HBO Now subscribers, 72% of Showtime online subscribers, and 70% of Starz subscribers.
Yeah, because it's all built in.
It's all built in.
Right.
They make it easy. And I think the only way that Facebook is going to win is if they make it just as easy for you to subscribe. And the only way that, you would pick over Amazon is if there's a price difference, and then you go watch it somewhere else.
Yeah. And the thing, like, with HBO Showtime, like, yeah, you can kind of subscribe in Hulu or any one of the services out there, but all the services are still being put on top of the TV. Right. So, at least in my case, I don't have an actual cable box, but I have a Roku that I have HBO, right? Like, for me, watching Game of Thrones on a tiny phone is not a thing.
Definitely.
You do it, right? You want to be on the big screen. So they need to figure out how to get on the big screen.
Yes. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I think there is a Facebook. Is there a Facebook ad for Fire? I don't even know that. I know that
I have no idea.
Well, there used to be one on Roku, and that was, years ago when I had a Roku, that was a neat thing. It was like, oh, look, I'm looking at Facebook on my TV. But the UI was not great. User experience was god awful, and I stopped doing that. So I think that's what Facebook needs to do is move towards how are they platforming with these other services, and that's the only way. And again, how would they compete against an Amazon Fire app or another app if the price is the same?
Right.
What else are you offering me? So that's why they're ramping up their original content, but they've got so far to go to keep up, even just with Amazon. And of course, Netflix will never, that's the money that they're spending on content is just insane.
Yeah.
So I think this is just kind of a Me Too. They'll take some of the money, but again, Facebook trying to do everything. And I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, we could be wrong,
Yeah, we might be wrong. Like I said, I tried to read these notes about this original programming, and all I saw was a pile of words of things I've never heard of. So I could be wrong. All right. You got anything else to
add? That is it, my friend.
All right. Full show notes are ecommerceminute.co. That is your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. Hey guys, let me take a minute to tell you about Send Pro Online by Pitney Bowes. Send Pro Online is online software that helps you save time and money no matter what you send. Letters, packages, overnights, or flats. And you'll always pay the right amount. It comes with a free 10-pound scale that weighs and calculates rates for you. Plus, you can compare options between USPS, UPS, and FedEx right at your fingertips. Remember, folks, on January 27th, 2019, USPS postal rates are going up. They never seem to go down. They just go up. But just by using Send Pro Online, you get discounts of up to 40% off USPS priority mail shipping and 5% off every letter you send. No additional equipment is required. Just jump on your computer and use your own printer to print shipping labels and stamps. Send Pro Online is only $14.99 a month, and eCommerce Minute listeners can get a free 30-day trial when you visit pb.com/minute. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the eCommerce Minute on your Amazon device. Just add eCommerce Minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media @SumoHeavy.